Have you ever had a sibling rivalry that went way too far? Maybe it started with a small disagreement, but before you knew it, things escalated and feelings got hurt. Well, imagine this. Your brother or sister challenges you, not just over chores or attention, but over your calling from God. That's a whole new level of family drama. That's exactly what happened between Moses and his siblings, Miriam and Aaron. Their story is a powerful example of how jealousy and pride can sneak into even the closest relationships. So let's set the scene. Moses, the leader of Israel, had just married a Cushite woman. This was a big deal, and it didn't go unnoticed by his family. Miriam and Aaron, his own brother and sister, weren't happy about it. They started whispering and grumbling behind his back. But honestly, that wasn't the real issue. Deep down, jealousy was bubbling. They felt overlooked, maybe even threatened by Moses' special relationship with God. They asked, "Has the Lord only spoken through Moses?" They wanted recognition too. "Hasn't he also spoken through us?" In other words, aren't we just as important as Moses? Translation, hey, we're important too. Why should Moses get all the credit? Their pride was wounded, and it showed. Now here's where it gets intense. God heard every word. Nothing slipped past him. Even the things we say in secret, God knows. So he called all three siblings, Moses, Miriam, and Aaron, to the entrance of the tabernacle. Imagine being summoned by God himself. The air must have been thick with tension. You could probably feel the anxiety and fear in that moment. Suddenly, God came down in a pillar of cloud. This was a visible sign of his presence and authority. Imagine that, God himself right there about to set things straight. No one could argue with what was about to happen. Then God said, "With prophets I speak in dreams and visions. That's how most people hear from me. But with Moses I speak face to face, clearly, not in riddles." Moses had a unique, direct relationship with God. "Why then were you not afraid to speak against my servant?" God was making it clear. Moses was chosen for a special purpose. God was not messing around. His words were powerful and left no room for doubt. His anger burned against Miriam and Aaron. They realized instantly that they had crossed a line. And just like that, when the cloud lifted, Miriam's skin turned white with leprosy. Aaron freaked out. The consequences were immediate and severe. He turned to Moses, desperate. "Please, my Lord, don't hold this sin against us." He knew they needed help only Moses could give. Aaron begged his brother to do something. He was terrified for Miriam and deeply sorry for what they'd done. And Moses? He didn't gloat. He didn't use this moment to make himself look better. He didn't say, "I told you so." Instead, he showed true humility and compassion. Instead, he cried out to God, "Please, God, heal her." Moses' heart was for his sister's restoration, not her punishment. God listened, but said Miriam had to stay outside the camp for 7 days as a lesson. This was a time for reflection and healing, both physically and spiritually. Only after that was she healed and allowed back. The family was reunited, but not without learning a hard lesson. So, what's the big takeaway here? Speaking against God's chosen carries serious consequences. It's a reminder to check our hearts and our words. Sometimes jealousy and pride can sneak up on us, even in families. We might not even realize it until it's too late. But God sees it all, and he cares deeply about how we treat each other, especially those he's called. He wants us to support, not tear down one another. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment below. Your engagement helps us share more stories like this. Let's keep learning and growing together with these ancient, powerful stories. There's always more wisdom to discover.